Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to our Diary of a Fibro Warrior podcast. I'm Chico and hope you're keeping well as much as possible. So, I am simultaneously recording via my voice recorder and video. So, bear with me if there's any pauses. Thanks for joining. Today, I woke up feeling energized and felt as though I could conquer the world, and all of a sudden to be struck on my head, which felt like somebody had hit me with like a heavy object at the back of my head. And this is due to brain fog, and looking outside I could instantaneously tell the reason why this was happening. It was due to the cloudy and foggy weather. So I went from a feeling of feeling energized and empowered to a feeling of feeling disempowered. And this is what prompted me or motivated me to talk about this topic today. It just got me thinking about how when you're living with a chronic illness, it can feel disempowering and overwhelming, especially when you're trying to achieve so much more and what you're used to prior to being diagnosed with a chronic illness. And you feel as though suddenly everything is being taken away or it's being forced out of you against your will. So let's move on to the topic at hand before I digress any further. So the topic is reclaiming power, living with fibromyalgia. Living with fibromyalgia can feel like a relentless battle. This chronic condition, characterized by widespread pain, fatigue, and chronic difficulties, often turns life upside down, making one's simple tasks feel insurmountable. When you're first diagnosed, the shock and confusion can be overwhelming, and don't I know it? Suddenly, you find yourself grasping with a new reality that feels words away from your previous life. This disempowerment is not just physical, but also can be deeply emotional and psychological. So the disempowering impact of fibromyalgia, what is it and what does it feel like? I'm going to give you some examples. Loss of physical abilities. One of the most immediate impacts of fibromyalgia is the loss of physical abilities. Activities that once brought joy and satisfaction, such as exercise, hobbies, or even chores, become painful and exhausting. This sudden limitation can lead to feelings of frustration and helplessness, especially when you're feeling like your body is fighting against you and you were used to doing numerous tasks, multitasking, and now you're feeling disempowered and as though you're having to fight beyond what you were used to before. Then moving on into emotional turmoil. The emotional burden of fibromyalgia is profound. Chronic pain and fatigue can lead to feeling of sadness, anxiety, and depression. The unpredictability of symptoms can make it difficult to plan for the future, adding to the emotional strain. Then leading to the cognitive challenges. I'm here raising my hand. I'm raising my hand because that's what I'm feeling today is the cognitive challenges due to the brain fog that's been suddenly brought on, and the chronic fatigue as well. But I decided we're going to plow on, especially with this podcast today and blog post. Fibromyalgia often comes with cognitive difficulties. This can include memory lapses, trouble concentrating, chronic fatigue, and difficulty finding words. And these cognitive issues can impact work performance and daily activities, leading to a sense of feeling incompetent and frustration. And also you may be challenging yourself as well, because outwardly you may feel as though people are judging you in terms of words that you can't remember, the memory lapses, and the feeling itself can feel disempowering, and it's not easy, especially when you experience a brain fog, to remain alert and to remain connected with everything that is going on in the environment. And it can even pose more of a challenge when you're having to engage with other people as well. And this is what I am experiencing today. Then moving on to social isolation. The constant pain and fatigue can make socializing a daunting task. Family and friends may not fully understand your condition, leading to a feeling of isolation and loneliness. The fear of being judged or not being believed can cause some of us or you to withdraw from social circles due to feeling daunted, overwhelmed by all the symptoms that come with living with this condition, including the disempowerment, that as much as you want to actively participate in cognitively, or you're thinking about it, but physically you're not able to. So as much as you want to participate in the world with your friends, family, or colleagues, you're not able to as much as you would want to feel you'd want to, as you did before. So this is another feeling of disempowerment. Then one of the key ones as well, financial strain. Managing fibromyalgia often requires medical visits, treatments, medication, or depending on which country you live in, all of which can be costly. And with the medical visits, I can relate to this. In the beginning, the first 2 years initially, I had to regularly attend so many medical appointments, but the process itself was a struggle. So it's that all these other things that come with it is that when you're having to think about when you're traveling, if your medical facility is not nearby, then there's the added factor, the added cost of having to travel to the location where you need to get to. Any expenses that you may have, personal expenses that you may need, if you have to pay for medication or if you have to pay for lunch, it all adds up eventually. Then additionally, the inability to work, or you may have to reduce your working hours, can also lead to financial strain, further exacerbating the feeling of disempowerment. And a lot of people, even myself, I struggled as when I was diagnosed initially to maintain the same level of work full time that I had been in previously. I could not maintain that. I felt disempowered due to the severe symptoms that I was experiencing at that time. And you may be in this position as well, where you haven't been able to get back to your normal work routine in terms of like full-time work. And that can also come with a feeling of disempowerment that then adds on to potentially financial pressures, and that feeling of isolation and loneliness due to not being involved as you used to do before. Moving on to lessons learned towards empowerment. Despite these challenges, it's possible to reclaim a sense of control and empowerment while living with fibromyalgia. Here are some strategies to help regain power over your life. So educate yourself. Knowledge is power. Learning about fibromyalgia, its symptoms and treatment options can help you make informed decisions about your health. Understanding your condition can also make it easier to explain it to others, such as health professionals, employers, friends, family, and foster empathy and support. Seek professional help. don't hesitate to seek help from healthcare professionals. This can include doctors, physical therapists, psychologists, or occupational therapists. They can provide treatments, strategies, and support to help manage your condition. Moving on to setting realistic goals. Set achievable goals which can provide a sense of purpose and accomplishment. These goals can be related to your work, hobbies, or daily activities. Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps can make them feel less overwhelming and also give you this feeling of empowerment rather than feeling disempowered. When that feeling of disempowerment comes, is probably you might be trying to achieve the grander goal before it's been broken into smaller steps and achievable goals. Why the grander goal? It could be possibly something that you were used to do before, and you feel that if you can't achieve that grander goal, then you might be potentially failing, which in most cases is not a realistic goal to set. It is much easier, what I've found, to break down the tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Then this makes it less overwhelming and makes it feel as though you are achieving what you can according to your level at that ability within that given period and time. Advocate for yourself. Be your own advocate in medical and social settings. Communicate your needs clearly and assertively. Educating others about fibromyalgia can reduce stigma and build a more supportive environment. Focus on what you can do. Shift your focus from what you can't do to what you can. This positive mindset can help you discover new hobbies, skills, and interests that are fulfilling and manageable given your condition. Then other essential goals we have explored before in other podcasts include building a support network and prioritizing self-care. So when it comes to building a support network, it's about surrounding yourself with people who are empathetic and can provide constructive and positive or encouraging advice, which can be incredibly empowering, including the companionship that comes with it. This can include support groups in your community or online communities. Then prioritizing self-care. Taking care of your physical and mental health is crucial. Self-care can help manage symptoms and improve overall well-being. Okay, so going on into empowering through acceptance. So we're coming towards the end. If anything that I've shared so far has resonated, or feel free to share what has resonated with you so far and what you're also doing for yourself to work towards empowerment. So we're going to conclude with empowerment through acceptance. Ultimately, empowerment comes from accepting fibromyalgia as part of your life while not letting it define you. It's about finding new ways to live a fulfilling and meaningful life despite the challenges. By educating yourself, building a support network, and prioritizing self-care, including seeking professional help, setting realistic goals, advocating for yourself, and focusing on your capabilities, you can reclaim a sense of control and empowerment according to your level of ability. Living with fibromyalgia is undoubtedly challenging, but it does not have to be disempowering. With the right strategies and mindset, you can navigate this condition with resilience and strength. Over time, you can transform your journey into one of empowerment and hope. So I have a lasting question for you. What strategies and mindset shifts have you found most effective in empowering yourself while living with fibromyalgia or a chronic illness? You might also be somebody who's supported somebody who's suffering from fibromyalgia or a chronic illness, do feel free to share how you've supported them to feel empowered. Feel free to share your experience and tips which could potentially help others in our community. Thank you for joining me today in today's episode of Diary of a Fibro Warrior. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep fighting. See you next time. Ciao for me for now. And do feel free to also hit that subscribe button for more updates.